What's up, everybody? In today's video, I would like to talk about the current state of Bedwars and my opinion on it. Because right now, Bedwars is in a pretty bad state right now. And I know you see Valorant content in, like, the background. In my opinion, I do not want to grab, like, any other content. And so I just grabbed, like, the automated metal clips I got from Valorant. So there y'all go for now. But anyway, I'm going to be talking about some topics on what builders can probably change, what people should be aware about, and just my overall opinion on the current state of Bedwars. The first thing I would like to talk about is the current competitive scene. This game completely lost its competitiveness, and I'm being so for when I say this. Like, back when I used to rank 3 years ago, back in like season 6 and season 7, there was so much comp. It was actually kind of hard, like, to climb, because the rank scene was so much bigger back then compared to now. And as, like, I keep, like, taking a break from this game and coming back, like, the competitive scene just gets worse and worse and worse. Like, to the point where, like, it doesn't even feel competitive anymore. And I know, like, a bunch of other YouTubers say, like, I've been saying this, but I'm being so for real when I say this. Like, this game it's just lost it. I'm not gonna lie. And there's nothing, like, really they can do unless, like, they somehow revive the rank community, which is, like, no other way of doing. So that's one reason why I think Bedwars is in, like, it's like a really bad state. Another thing I would like to talk about is the MMR system. I know they just updated the MMR system, so you gain less whenever you queue people lower ranked than you, and you gain more when you queue people higher ranked than you. But at the same time, the MMR system still feels very unbalanced. And this is all because of a thing called smurfing. Smurfing is basically where you go on an alt account and smurf the rank lower than you, than what's on your main account. And this is just very unfair for the people that would would want to gain RP on their main account, because there's two people when they smurf. The smurf is either really good or they're just flat out cheating. So one way or another, whenever they queue bad people, some people just assume that they're either going to be cheating or they're just really good. And this all circles back to the fact that Bedwars has a really low player count, so the ranks are just kind of very inaccurate. People that are like in like season 12 that were struggling to get diamond are all of a sudden nightmare next season. Not saying that the people that are currently nightmare are like bad or anything, but like the skill cap just feels significantly like decreased ever since like the game was just not as competitive, if that makes sense. The other thing I would like to talk about is the repetitiveness of this game. This might just be a me thing, but I've been ranking for 3 years now, since season 6. So it's kind of obvious that it's kind of getting repetitive to me. I've been on and off this game many times. And if you play with me, you know that. You know that I could like fully play one season and then I'll be off for like another season. It just feels so boring for me, because it's the same thing over and over again. You go win diamonds and then go win emeralds for early game, mid game, and then you get guardians, and then mid game you like have a CB and stuff, and then by late game usually you have like 2 or 3 emerald armors by like late game. It's the same thing every single round. And there's new strategies too, so you'll think that it will change, but it really doesn't. I don't know why. It just doesn't. And I know we just had ranked squads like about less than a month ago, and I thought that it would actually just be less boring, even though I picked very vibes. But it still just felt repetitive. I don't know, it might just be me though. Let me know in the comments if y'all feel the same way. Another like tiny thing I would like to add is the casual game modes. You might be saying, well, if you don't like the competitive scene at all, maybe you should try playing casually. I also don't find playing casually fun. And I think it's the fact that it's because I play ranked too much. And usually when I play casuals, it's just like I'm pub stomping or something. I don't know. But usually whenever I play like solos, it just does not feel fun whatsoever. I have no idea why. And like the game modes too, they also just don't seem like fun. Like the like hydrogen squads or kit fusion, like it just does not seem fun to me at all. And I think it's because of ranked. I think ranked ruined the mindset that playing casually is fun completely, which is just also another me thing. So I don't know. The last thing I would like to add is the roles in the game. If you're like a main jug or anything, this doesn't really apply to you, but if you play like, for example, like a bed defending kit or like a metal kit, the game is just boring because Bedwars is mainly a PvP game. You're supposed to be PvPing. And if you're not PvPing majority of the times, like, the game just feels very boring. I don't know how like some people are able to bed defend for so long and they just do not get bored whatsoever. Like legitimately, and this goes for metal too. I've been playing metal for at like ever since I went competitive in Metal Wars for like 8 seasons now. I like play like 50% of one role, and then the other 50% would either be metal, or I would just play metal for 100% of the season. But now it's like getting into my head that it's really like annoying and boring that I just don't have fun like playing the role, you know. And the thing is, like, no one wants to play like these fill roles because, of course, it's not fun. Everybody likes being the main jug. Everybody likes being the second jug. Everybody likes being the tertiary jug. But no one wants to play the fill roles that make the absolute most impact. And it's kind of reasonable though. Like it all kind of makes sense, but this just adds on why like the game doesn't feel like fun for me, and it feels like it's in a really bad state for me. But usually, if you're like a main jug or second jug, this probably won't really apply to you. But yeah, someone had to say it. I'm gonna be real. And the top one, and usually the most obvious I would like to add, is the cheaters itself. Whether if it's a blatant cheater going god mode and flying, or it's a closet cheater going 18 studs and max aim assist, it doesn't matter. The cheaters are ruining this game so badly, and Bedwars can't really do anything about it except ban the cheaters. Roblox isn't a great game to the point where they have a good anti-cheat system, and neither is Bedwars, but you can't really blame any of them for this. It just does not fit their game. Will Bedwars do anything about cheaters except ban them and actually add something to permanently remove them? No, I doubt it. And unless they miraculously do, then this is probably like top one or top two things that's probably ruining ranked and making the current state really bad. And that's pretty much it. That's all I have to say about the current state of Bedwars. If you enjoyed this commentary, which I almost never do, maybe you should support me by, you know, pressing that like button, and pressing that white button. It will help me a ton in creating new content. And yeah, I don't really have much else to say, so I'll catch y'all later in the next video. Adios.